Alright, here we go. We got our Jumpstart Tournament for the week, which is where they use an algorithm to put together random decks from a card pool that's from core to, I believe, roughly around lunar or sand at this point, that are have been modified, just a hint, to be tweaked just a little bit to be a little bit more balanced. Alright, hey, the art on these looks really crisp and pretty. Let's see here. Alright, so in some ways I kind of like this. Let's see, break ice subroutine on a piece of ice with 0 or less, and you can reduce that. The ice you are encountering gets -1 streak for the remainder of the encounter. This program must match the ice strength to use this ability. So you got to get this one up to strength to bring it down. Alright, so other than that, and then I can do that, I'm going to keep this just for the sheer stem hack and the 2 money cards here. I think that's a reasonable play. Now this Cerebrus, place 4 power counters on Cerebrus Rex. H2 when it is installed, break up to 2 code gates. That's good. 1 money gets you +1 strength. You build it up. You break the code gates, however. Alright. Let's see here. He went there. So yeah, Jumpstart, it's based on a alternate site for not only the Netrunner DB but also the Riteki. You can go back and see my breaking news, I believe 9.3 video, where I go over Jumpstart and provide you all the sites. Check that out. But it is an alternate format, and with cards that have been tweaked to potentially be more balanced for the original card pool. So I, unfortunately, when I play here, end up having to do a ton of reading because 1, I don't know most of the cards, and 2, I don't know how the deck's playing, and 3, they've done changed the cards that I do know sometimes to where I have to work through some of that. So it's not the prettiest video ever, but I still want to put it out there and represent for those guys who put in, and gals who put in a ton of work on the reboot project, play testing, and developing these alternate sites with the algorithm and modifying the cards to be potentially more balanced. Whenever you make a successful run on R&D, place 1 on that. If there are at least 3 counters on the advancement requirement of all agendas is increased by 1. That's nice right there. Snap. Yo, we about to oh, you know what? Hang on. Let's do it like this. Undo, click, boom. We're going to get that money first. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, and a steal. That's a win-win for everybody. Alright, so let's see what we got. Whenever the runner suffers at least 1 brain damage, do 2 net damage. Wow. I'm glad we got rid of that one because Stem Hack tends to be a card used heavily well, actually I'm running Gabe here. Alright, oh, he left R&D open. I'm going to take advantage of that for sure. Wow, I'm just getting lucky as all get out, ain't I? Let's see, place 3 power counters on res, and it is res. There's no power counters on res. Either remove 1. I'll let that one slide. And now what I got? 2 more clicks. I'll draw. Nice. I'll draw. So now this guy right here is fully powered, but I guess he can purge virus counters. He'll have to do that though. Wow. I'm gonna have to get rid of that card before I pull this stunt right here. So I'm gonna go server 3 because I'm wanting to go keyhole, but I can't have him, you know, mixing stuff back in there. So I'm gonna go trash this unless he wants to. Let's see what we got here in R&D. Can I get a, there it is, choose a card to trash, boom, run archives. That was just, again, these Jumpstart decks, they are really quite random, and I've had a lot of times where it just seems like there's a ton of agendas packed in there and not a lot of ice available, so I completely understand the challenges of it all there. Alright, see, I'm in about the same position. I got a Sherlock for 6. Let's see. Access an agenda from his server. So you access each turn. I like this and this. I don't like the rest of it, so I'm gonna mulligan and see what happens. Alright, let's get into this. X, choose a piece of res dice protecting the center. That piece of dice has plus until the end of the turn. Interesting. We're definitely about to drop that. Oh man, we're sitting a little. During your turn, if director is trashed, add her to the runner's scoring area. Okay, so I have 0 ice. Unreal. Let's do this. Let's do this and this. This is See, the runner may spend a click to break any subroutine. The runner cannot access more than 0 cards. Okay, I like it. Alright, let's get this out there on... Oh, snap. Alright, recipes as I hosted. Alright, well, we're going for it. This card's interesting. The runner cannot access more than 0 cards this turn. Style John, the first time you make him draw a card, unsuccessful, get a tag, no further actions. Let's see if agendas start popping out the wazoo like they did on mine. Run HQ or R&D during your run, you may pay 0 to trash any card. What's he trashing here? Ooh. That stinks. Yep. The runner trashes one of his or her installed cards in the run. I love it. Let's get this out on, matter of fact, let's draw first. Yep, let's get this. Which one is this? Okay, let's go R&D. I definitely like this Eve campaign a lot more. I think she cost either 5 or 6 in the original game, and it was just a lot to have to wait for, like, I don't know how many turns that 2 going to 16, 8 turns to get that money back, you know, and trust that they don't trash it. So I do think the card, and I can't remember if the trash cost was more or not. Hang on, I should be doing it like that. Yeah, there we go. That's better. But yeah, that definitely makes her to me. And now I saw a ton of people playing her no problem, so don't quote me on this, because the incompetency level coming out of my mouth is at an all-time high. But what I am expressing is that for me, it was a turn-off because I felt like the price was high, the wait was long. I like stuff that's a little bit more quick, fast. But a ton of people were playing her and running it, but I think this makes her even better though, right? So, wow. This is really happening right now. Let's go hard or go home here. Let's try and, what can I do here? I can go this. It doesn't do much good as long as he runs first, right? And all my stuff's 4 cost, man. It's just rough. Let's make him pay for this here. Hold up. Let me draw. Alright, so I'm actually going to go server 3, advance, and turn. It's barrier and end of run. I don't like the fact that that would gain barrier as well, so I'd probably want to put that there. I think I want to get rid of this bad boy right here. Alright, so I'm leaning towards doing something a little bit crazy here. I'm gonna go, man, I hate to do this. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Now, if he don't trash this, I'm gonna mess around and res it. Oh, that sucks. Went right to it. Yep, that was a bust. Well, actually, if I can get some ice. Goodness, I need some ice, people. I don't know what part of I need some ice you don't understand. Okay, finally. And it's not gonna do me much good because he's already got a barrier out. What does this do? It gives me $1. Yeah, I'm doing fine with money. I just need more ice to come out. I got tons of money, limited ice. Whenever the corp rests a piece of ice, place $1 on it, and you may use that to install programs. Okay, good to go here. Let's see. If successful, trash 1 program. If your trace strength is 5 or greater, trash 1 program. Okay, and then we got this one right here. We're about to go ahead and just put this stuff out there, man. I ain't ever scared. Actually, I get pretty scared pretty regularly with the corp. It's waiting for him to just come in and take all that is mine. But that said, in this format, I don't have a whole lot of ambition because I understand there's only, I mean, I just don't know the decks. There's only so much I can do. Let's see here. Let us res this for sure. This might be game right here. What's he got here? This card is not trashed into the first time he's turned. Is he... Each turn has -2 strength for the remainder of the... Yep, okay. He's still got to... Okay, he's going to break both. Alright, so continue to pass. No further action. I'm pretty sure he will be able to... Oh, he did not. Now, this is one of those times I always say it's amazing how they always get the 1 card out of 5. But in this case, he managed to grab the 1 card out of 4 that is not an agenda. Pretty amazing. So you're saying there's a chance, eh? Alright, so I've got the money here. So it's time. We're going to go for it. I mean... Now, if he doesn't come in here and steal... He's got to spend his turn, though, which is a plus. He's got to spend his turn. I got rid of the scrubbers, and that's not the scrubbers, the scrubbed. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Alright, is there anything in here I'd like to get back? Almost. I will go ahead and remove this card from the game to get this, and probably this back. Next turn I'm rolling with this bad boy, that way he can't see, that's a 4. That's a 4, definitely getting this guy out. Wait, let me see what else we got. That's not a problem for him. Yeah, it's definitely this one. And that is hosted, place 6 agenda counters on when you score it. Choose a res piece of Bioroid ice currently being approached for the remainder of this turn. That ice ends, gains end run after all other subroutines. I love it. Let's go here. Oops, sorry. Boom. Ooh, you know, I always want to play my hedge funds and share gambles, but sometimes you just got to be smart. Now, how is he doing? He's increasing this every turn. I just pretty much built a wall real quick, you know, just what I finally got some ice, and I said, I'm just going to put this out here and take a chance. I mean, I really didn't have big ambitions of defeating. He should get another one right here. I mean, the chance that he doesn't get it this time, wow, he still didn't get it. That just sucks. I really do feel for him, because I hate when that happens. It's like you got 2 out of 4 chance and you don't get it. Sometimes you're sitting there as a corp and you need him not to get the agenda. It's always when you need him not to get that agenda, he ends up getting it. Like at this point, if somebody gets an agenda, you're like, okay, that's cool. But it's at that moment where you're like, as long as he don't take this agenda, I can probably win this game. Boom. It never fails, right? So... But yeah, I can definitely feel the I'm gonna keep it in my hand. It's almost better to get it out, flip it, and then do 2, right? And that way, next time I can just score this straight up. So I'm actually gonna go server 3, res it, boom, advance. Advance, score. I might have it here because choose a res piece of Bioroid ice, and these are all Bioroid. Yep. And I can spend for the let's see, choose a res currently being approached. He's playing what? Choose an unread. The court must either res it or trash it. Oh, forced activation. And that is on R&D. Yep, let's res it. I'm basically scoring out next turn right here with this accelerated beta test. Boom, 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 game. I wonder how many of these hosted power counters you can spend each turn. It doesn't say there's a limit. That's a pretty powerful piece of ice now that I look at it. Oh man. All right, let's do it. take advantage of other people's misfortune, right? I mean, I didn't get the best of draw on the corpse side of the house, but it wasn't as bad as his, so I don't sit there and take a whole lot of stock in necessarily winning the Jumpstart games, but it's still fun to have the algorithm create those and play, you know, a couple of times, a little bit each week there. So it's interesting. I haven't fell in love with it yet, just because it's just hard for a newer player like myself to not only the cards I do know, have to figure those out because they've changed, but also so many cards that I've never played with just get thrown into the fire in a deck. But at the same time, it's good because it causes me to interact with them when normally I wouldn't. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and say there went the cons right there, and me playing it, it's not my favorite, but it's probably the best thing for me because I get introduced to new cards, and the modifications on those cards isn't so much that I can't just get kind of the feel for the card, so that when I see it again in another format, it won't be like my understanding of it's tarnished. It's just going to be that I won't remember it that good anyway because I'm not interacting with that card enough. So I'll just come in and see that card and be like, oh yeah, I remember basically what this does. Let me get a refresher real quick, read it up, boom, got it, right? So that is a plus. It's introducing me to new cards. It's forcing me to play with new cards, even though a lot of times one thing I've seen is I keep on, even I'm not playing a whole bunch of games, but I'm getting that 1-2 games a week. I keep on, especially on the corpse side, getting heavy HB cards, like predominantly HB cards. I do believe, I could be wrong, I think I had the MBN deck, but I still felt like there was a lot of HB cards in there, which in backs I want to be better at HB. But it is the fact that I haven't got to see like a Wayland deck that's doing something crazy, I don't think, or a Jinteki. And so, but that said, I'm glad I joined the tournament. I got to experience it. It's leading me to see cards that I've never played before, which is really what I want, because I want to be able to, even though I play predominantly Criminal and predominantly Wayland / Jinteki, I want to know the cards in these other places so I can splash them into my decks, and this is helping me get outside of my comfort zone and play with stuff that I don't have and make the best of it. And surprisingly, I have won some games. It's mostly because people got bad draws. They're probably in the same position as me, so there's super inconsistency as far as play level there as to whether you just get the right stuff and your opponent doesn't. But at the end of the day, I haven't done terrible on it, and it's been fun, and I've got to meet some folks out there in the community because of it. So that's all pretty awesome there. So anyway, I'll say thank you to them. I don't know where we're supposed to post our results at it. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and end this and figure that out on my own. It's been a pleasure.